Hey, welcome in. We are going to be talking about a few things that you can utilize during this end of quarter, this 4Q, and ways that you can really benefit from it. So first, let's dive into the products that you're going to want to hopefully promote. So the end of the year is usually a special time for most people. We're looking about Christmas time, Thanksgiving, even Halloween. Those are three popular holidays, at least where I'm from in America, that you can usually utilize the ability to produce products for. So, for example, we talked about how I am with Amazon as an affiliate, and we're getting more into that. Products on Amazon are pretty vast. So what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and dive into ways that you could use the holiday season to really help you with some of the products. So we're going to share the screen right now, and we'll dive into some of the products that you can use that will be to your advantage. So we are going to go right into the next window. Got it. And you should be seeing the screen right now. Let's go ahead and type in Amazon. And Amazon's going to do most of the work for you. This is the cool part about being with them. You're going to see some of the trends right now. Look at these deals. Deals on audio devices. Keep in mind that audio devices are really popular for the holiday experience. People like to listen to things nowadays, whether it's YouTube, the news, music. Amazon has a way to really help with a vast variety of products. Services like Best Buy are pretty helpful too. Now, after Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday. Black Friday is the biggest sale of the year. In fact, when I was doing associate work, we had a rule where you're not allowed to call off work for Black Friday. You at least had to work some of it because it's the biggest day of the year. So let's look down at some of these products. These are just added. You have electronic products, computers, cooking. You have makeup, a lot of different tools. You scroll down, and there are going to be things that are selling pretty well, things that are going to have pretty good deals, Christmas, home and living, luxury gifts, again, audio, electronic. These are things you're going to want to watch for and potentially talk about as products that could be helpful, especially if you're first. Usually when it comes to product reviews, like what I like to do on this channel, you want to usually find a product that's not too saturated, or you're going to have a hard time getting shown. And that really helps to find products that are kind of like these, like even this little adapter here. The odds of someone doing a review on this specific adapter are going to be quite rare. So let's click on it. And now we're kind of doing a little bit of the work for them. Now this is a Thunderbolt 3 Type-C. Here's a good image of it. Let's go in so they can see the Ethernet image. You have the speed of the LAN connector right here. It works with the Surface Book, Chromebook, Dell. There's other images here. Let's go ahead and take a look so you can see. You're looking at 1000 Mbps speed, which is really good. Helpful for the MacBook. There's even a video. I'm not sure if the video will actually play if we play it, or if it's going to be too loud for you. So we're going to pass on the video for right now. And in the future, we will check that out and make sure that the sounds aren't going to be too loud for you on that end. Very smart. Or continue to play our sounds though. Now you have direct competitors. This is pretty good too. I like to do direct competitors, pros and cons. A lot of times when I have a knack for looking for products or look at a specific product, this USB-C to Ethernet adapter. And the first thing I like to do is look at the competitors and the pricing. Now the price is right. Black Friday's sell. It's only around $16.99 usually anyway, but looks like it's a few bucks down. Let's take a look at the reviews. The reviews on Amazon are pretty trustworthy. You can't trust them all nowadays, but they're pretty helpful. 3,000, not a bad amount of reviews. Let's take a look at some of the ones at the top. They've been trying to be more fair. about showing some of the issues. I do look at questions and answers to kind of get a sense if this is even worth looking into the reviews. These questions aren't anything that really mean much to me, so I just go ahead and bypass them because I don't have an actual question. I don't have to worry about it. But what you can do is you can search in the question. So if you are doing this for someone, specifically if you have another specific question that you know they're going to be looking for, that can be really helpful for you when you're doing your product reviews. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and continue down. Works with Motorola Edge, pretty good. Handy, affordable. A lot of times you can go ahead and just read the titles. That will give you a nice baseline of what people are saying. Every once in a while, you can go into a little bit more depth. Awesome for your Apple devices. I have Apple devices, so I'll take a look in. iPad Pro, first thing that sticks out. There's no Wi-Fi access in my work, but wired across device. Very good. You know, that kind of makes me a little bit more, I don't want to say susceptible to buy, but that definitely helps. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look more thoroughly at this review. So I recently bought one of these adapters with my 2021 MacBook, which has no Ethernet port. The adapter helped me connect to a wired network, and I can download updates and update the iOS software with a wired network. There's no Wi-Fi access at my work, but we have wired access for devices. There we go. Worked very handy. Did exactly what they needed to do. This is something that I might consider, seeing that I have an iPad Pro. So that's something that could be really helpful for me. Let's go ahead. Excuse me. We're going to go up, take a look at the pictures. You guys actually might see me buy this. This will be pretty interesting. And again, we're taking a look at this. Very good. Plug and play. Important. So here you have a complete review of this adapter. I'm actually going to leave a link in the description if anyone wants to buy it, since we did kind of review it together. But this was mainly a showcase how we kind of do our product reviews. I'm going to jump back on screen. Stop sharing. And you should see me. Where am I? Technical difficulties. Here I am. So that should be a little bit of some insight into some of the product review aspect of that. Now, when you're doing your product reviews, always make sure that you jump right in, get to the point as soon as possible, hopefully, because you want to take care of your audience and make sure that they're having a good viewer experience and that they are really focusing on ways that they can use that product for their benefit. And that's going to help you and your ventures of making money, making commissions off some of these affiliate sales, and also help you to showcase a product and get it into the hands of people who need it. You want to make sure you honor their trust in you, that when you're creating this video, they are getting what they thought they were promised on the thumbnail and also on the actual title. So without that, we are going to move into affiliate marketing and how affiliate marketing is really helpful. So we're going to share the screen. And we're going to dive into this window of this product. And we're talking about this Ethernet adapter and how being an affiliate for this has been just helpful. I mean, just reviewing this right away gives me the option, putting this link, and I'll get a short link. It'll be up here, and it will be in the description of this video. And people can click on that link. And now I'm going to get a commission of about 4%, 8%. I think it's even going up to like 12%. Don't quote me on that, or I have to do a little bit more digging, but there's going to be 12%, I believe, commissions for Amazon products throughout the holidays. So that's going to be helpful. Let's go right back into Amazon.com and let's look into all the many big sales going on. Now, as an affiliate, this is great because you can take advantage of the opportunity to do these big sales and get commissions off all these products. You can do it by a number of ways. You can do product reviews. You can lump them all together. Ideally, though, why would anyone use your link if you're not providing value for them? This doesn't make sense. You know, no disrespect to you, but you need to consider the value you're providing for others. So look at these products. See if there's one that resonates with you that you know something about. You have some sort of background information about. I don't necessarily have this watch, but I know a lot about watches. I know a lot about luxury watches. So I can open this up, take a look at some of these watches, see something about it that stands up. I like this Citizen watch. I think it's a good price right now. It's pretty. In my profession, I work a lot with patients, so I don't wear watches anymore. It's just kind of pointless, but I do like watches. I've always liked watches. It's also not too safe nowadays to wear luxury watches, at least where I'm at in America, Los Angeles. So let's go ahead, scroll down. You can see other types of watches here. You can review any one of these that you really resonate with and kind of give your back and forth. Watches are going to be pretty universal, so you can look at specs. A lot of it's going to be a visual sensation because it's going to come off the preference, what you like. So some people might have specific questions about the type of watch and where you can kind of do some of the footwork. An image like this will help them see this is a band. You're not going to have to get measured. A little bit about some of the ways it looks, the measurements, which can be nice, the different styles. That's pretty right there. I like that one. I like it better than the blue. The blue's nice too. But look at the difference in price. The blue's going to be the best price right now. It looks like it's a Black Friday deal special. I do like the blue. It actually go very well with a few things I have. So you want to keep that in mind when you are doing some of these reviews of products. Let's go ahead and look into another product right here. Because what you're doing is you're an affiliate. So you want to get them to click on your link. You want them to purchase through your link, but you need to keep in mind, first and foremost, you have to provide value. So you want to save them time or find a way to save them money or even make them money. If you can do one of those three things, you're going to give them value. Chances are they're going to use your link. So keep in mind those three principles. Can I help save them time? Can I help save them money? Can I help make them money? If you can do one of those three, chances are you will have some success at some point. I believe sooner than later. Electronics are going to be a big thing to jump into as an affiliate. These are some of the things I'm doing currently and shouldn't be too big of a problem. So you look at this monitor, it's a good size monitor. I personally used to like big monitors before I was a father. Now that I have a little one running around my equipment, it would make me too paranoid. So know your audience. You know, people that have kids. I've talked to a friend of mine, a fellow teacher, where his 2-year-old daughter, we had 2-year-old daughters at the same time. She pulled his PlayStation cords and broke everything. The whole PlayStation, the TV, they all came falling down. And he saw it happening in real time. And he was just like, no. And it all just fell. That said, fortunately, his daughter was okay. Nothing happened to her. She wasn't hurt. But she wrecked his whole gaming system. He has 2 other kids, 2 sons before her. So he's got a full house, him and his wife. And for a guy like that, he's probably not going to want the biggest monitor, more than likely, unless he has like some sort of office where he can utilize some of that space. That said, you're talking about a teacher with 2.5 kids, 3 kids, a wife, someone that's just not going to really have an option for things like these. Now, if you have a gamer, maybe someone in college, when I was in college, a lot of the guys that I saw that played games, they like big monitors. They like to do a lot of what's the word when you play with it's like you stream games. They would stream Halo and they would do it across each dorm room, and they would have these big monitors and they play together. Yeah, like a not multi-cam, but like multiplayer, like things like that. Those are the guys that would probably benefit from here. So you're going to want to reach out and have an emotional connection to them in this aspect. So when you're doing a review as an affiliate for a specific audience or niche, you want to make sure that you're understanding what they like and what they might use it for. And that's where I would take a monitor like this. I would think about the type of people that I know that would use this. And if you don't know, do a little bit of digging and try to figure out what the target audience is, who's buying these at the majority level. When you find that out, try to give them an emotional attachment bond based off of what they can use it for, and then give them an honest review on that product. Let them know if it's going to work for them. Let it know if it's not going to work for them. If you don't have the product, but can understand a lot about the product, you know they're going to need an HDMI port. You see here that we got HDMI ports. You know that they might like a height and tilt. You know that they might not like a height or tilt. Like, for example, the teacher I told you about a couple minutes back, he may not need something like that. So try to know your audience and what it can be used for them. I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to jump right back on. And that should really help you out in your journeys as an affiliate seller during this time frame. This is Q4. So the end of the year, big holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then we have New Year's, and a lot of deals are going on. End of the year deals, Christmas deals, Black Friday, which is the biggest day for deals. So this is your chance as an affiliate to jump in, provide some value. Keep in mind, again, am I saving them time? Am I saving them money? Am I making them money? If you can do one of those three things, there's a good chance that they could use your help and have an equal exchange of value by clicking on your link, going through your services to get to the product. But make sure that you're trying to provide them value, save them some time, save them some money, make them some money. Chances are they can definitely reciprocate by using your link. So hopefully that's been helpful information. And one more thing, when you're doing affiliate work, there's a lot of times where when I'm an affiliate, when I'm a customer and I reach out to, and then if something goes wrong for product, they will reach out to the affiliate. I would be very transparent and let them know exactly what you're doing, because there have been times where affiliates have on my behalf reached out to the company, said, hey, this is my guy, my customer. He didn't get something that you guys promised him. Could you help him? And they've done it. They've helped me. And that guy will always continue to have my business forever. As long as he's having a product, if I can go through his link, I will. That said, if you have no affiliation with the company, like say you're just you just had a link, you don't really have a close attachment with the company or whatnot, then if something goes wrong and haywire and customers reach out to you, make sure they know ahead of time that you won't be the person that can possibly help them with this experience and that they may have to go to the company. So be transparent with them as much as possible and you should be fine. So next we will talk a little bit about in the yoga world, how you could be present in making money online and also understanding the bridge between making money and providing a peaceful environment through the use of some of these new technology advancements. So we'll speak about what I know about this. At the end of the year, we have these big deals from Black Friday to Christmas sales to New Year sales, and you're going to see them. Yoga in a lot of ways can be categorized as a style of gym, which we saw during the pandemic. That was something that was really going on big time, where we were clumped in as gyms. When my studio got closed, one of the biggest reasons why we were closed is because they said we were a gym, which we fought against. We ran out of a medical office. The medical office was still allowed to be open, but at the end of the day, because they were two separate buildings, the yoga studio was closed after some experimentation with the city. They tried to let us be open. Eventually they said, you're too much like a gym, we have to close you down. So there's bad in that, but there's also good in it, because you can follow the recipes that a lot of gym owners have utilized. And you're going to see during Black Friday, they're going to promote a lot of specials and deals. During Christmas sales, you're going to see a lot of promotions and deals, and the same with New Year's. And that's what I do regularly. Since we in the yoga world, we haven't had too much online until the pandemic. This is something that's been new and something that's been going on as we continue to work through this situation. It's a tricky one, but ideally, if you can idolize and form a plan based off of I can't say the word, of a blueprint, then you should be in very smart, should be in a good place, because a blueprint can really help you out to save you some time and energy from making mistakes. So for example, when I do my yoga stuff, there's not a whole lot of people online that necessarily look like me, but there are some people that own gyms that do a lot of online stuff that look like me. So I can utilize some of their information, their blueprint on a process and implement that. That can help me out. So am I going to be able to do yoga business exactly like a 19-year-old blonde who used to be a ballet dancer and has all the flexibility in the world? No, that's probably not going to work exactly for me. Because she's in my niche, I can do some things similar, but I'm a pain specialist with yoga, restorative yoga instructors, where I like to hang my hat on. I'm not going to find a lot of that in someone that's doing power yoga that may be, a former dancer with a lot of flexibility and doing a little bit more vigor in their practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the people in my niche, in my yoga world, who are kind of doing what I'm doing. If there's no one exactly like that I'm finding in the space that's coming up, and sometimes they're out there, but they're not popular. They're not very well known. So you might find mentors that are like you. They're just not doing what you're doing online. Then you got to take pieces of that and kind of blend it together. For example, there's a guy that I follow online, and he does a great job of what he does, but he's a smaller market. So how do I make it a bigger market? Well, I take the things that I see from what he's doing, which is great, and then I blend that with some of the things that someone from a bigger market's doing that's close to what I do, but they have a bigger market. But then maybe they're not in yoga, but maybe now they're in foundational training. Maybe they are in physical therapy. Maybe they're in personal training. Now you have a little bit of a blending of two different recipes. So you have your vision board on one end, and that's going to be the yoga recipe. And you have a gentleman who's helping you that's quite like you, but doesn't have the audience. Now on the other end, you have another recipe, vision circle in your vision board, and you have a gentleman who has a far larger audience and is doing things similar to you, working on people in pain, working on slow movements, working on restoring the body, but it's not yoga, it's personal training. So you can take elements from that. And again, it's not going to be exactly helpful, but you can kind of bridge the two. And in the research, we call that triangulation, where we have two data point collections. And you're going to try to get your information based off of that ability to take those two worlds and collide them. And that can help you form a blueprint. Again, I don't necessarily personally always suggest forming a blueprint when it comes to making money, because it's always better for you to already have an established route. But if you have two established blueprints that are similar but different and not quite what you are, then maybe you can be the trailblazer that comes through with the third one. And as long as they're not too far off, it won't be too rocky. Because there's another thing in business that I've come to learn again and again from the people that are teaching me, is that if you come in late, that's a problem. You want to come in around before the 33% mark is around a sweet spot where you want to come into something. If you're coming into crypto and you're coming in after the 33% spot, you're probably coming in a little late to the game. We're not quite there. We won't be there for a while. If they're saying crypto is going to get to a point where you're going to have sixth graders selling candy bars, accepting crypto as payment, if it gets to that point, then you're pretty late to the party if you're trying to invest in crypto, which doesn't mean you won't be successful. It just means you're going to be late. Ideally, there's something to be said for being first and being early. Being first is a pain because, again, you have to make that blueprint. So keep that in mind when it comes to making money online. You also want to keep in mind what sells when it comes to your world. So for example, I have yoga teacher trainings, which you can get online, right, by clicking in the links. But yoga teacher trainings aren't necessarily going to be something that sells. It is considered a beautiful experience if you want to become a yoga instructor or further your practice. But the majority of people just want to participate in yoga separate from yoga teacher training, just to participate, to further their ability to do the practice, and also for health benefits or peace of mind, mental, which is also health. It can be any sort of array of physiological, anxiety, physical, mental, emotional well-being. So you want to keep that door open and understand the target audience and the larger audience is probably going to want one thing versus another thing that I can offer. So I would try to offer both. That said, you want to focus on what the audience is asking for the most. That's pretty much the number one thing I've learned from business. Is there's a saying after an election, the people have spoken. you need to understand when the people have spoken. If you have a product that's not selling, it's probably not your flagship product. You want to go with your best seller, and you want to double down and put more energy and efficiency into what's working, what the audience is responding to, and see how you can continue to get that out. If you do see something that's a diamond in the rough and you think it's got a chance, you can go ahead and take a bet on that, but you got to listen to the audience. You can't just go on blind faith. You can, but if you want to be successful with saving money and time in the process of this journey of making money online, you're really going to want to go behind your bestseller and push it versus try to force something on the people that they might not be asking for. We see this a lot too in movies. They had recently made a Batgirl movie that I believe is shelved permanently, may never get released. And a lot of the problem I'm hearing is the people never asked for it. That's what I'm hearing is coming down to. So keep in mind some of these features and traits when it comes to doing your making money online journey when it comes to yoga, and understanding that this is something that is new when it comes to online. Yoga and online have not gone together before the pandemic. So this is something that you're going to want to keep an eye on, and you will learn more about this in the coming years, I guess. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful for you. Please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and we will be back with more information. Please be well.